Yo, it's your boy Manny. So, a lot of people have been asking me to talk, and I'm finally gonna talk, man, about all of this nonsense that's going on. And if I'm honest with you, yeah, it's just mad. It's a madness, because I know that this protest is it's doing a lot right now for people. They're opening up their emotions and whatnot, but is it making a real difference? That's what you gotta think. Because when you're going out there, you're doing it to make a difference. You're doing it to see a change, and for the people that higher up the government and whatnot to react. And you gotta ask yourself, is it making a change? And I'll let you guys answer that yourselves. For me, there's only two things that really need to change. And the first thing I would say is that there's no black leaders anymore in our society, in parliament, in government, in anything you can think of. There's no more black leaders, and it's not good enough, because these people like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, Gandhi, all of these people that were preventing these things to happen, they were proud people, and they were educate people, and we don't really have that anymore. And it's not good enough, because when you go into these museums and these you see these Hall of Fame pictures and whatnot, it's all black and white, and that's really big, you know, because at the end of the day, there's no more colored pictures, and that's our generation. What have we done when our people leave, or when we get old? Yeah, what are we gonna tell our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren about our people? What do we do to step up to fight this nonsense? And that's what you gotta think. What did our generation do? And there's no leaders in our generation, so there's no stories to tell. And it's all good telling the story of what's going on right now, but it's about what's going to happen and what's going to be done. That's one. Number two, the only way I see these things changing is through education. Education is pivotal. I'm sorry to say, it's so key, because at the end of the day, if you're like me and you believe in this future generation, then you believe in education. Because if we're honest, when we went to school in the UK, yeah, I don't know about the US, I know they got Black History Month and whatnot, but when we went to school, in history classes, in geography classes, in psychology classes or whatnot, what did we learn? What did we actually learn about our people or other races? We didn't learn nothing. And if you think about it, our people have been slaves for 300 years, yeah? That's big in the timeline. In the history timeline, that's massive. And we don't hear nothing, not even one thing about our people. And that's not good enough, because then you can't really blame the kids that are growing up to not be like, they won't understand when they say these racist words, yeah, like the N-word and whatnot. I'm not even gonna mention it, like you guys know all them words there. But when they say these bad words and these racist words and do this nonsense, yeah, obviously your human instincts, you know it's not good, but they don't know what it means to us. They don't know why we're reacting like this. They're thinking, okay, they're mad, but why are they so mad? And that's because of history. They don't know the history of us. They don't know what we went through. Like, when I left school, that's when I actually learned about our people. Do you understand? Like, what we went through, the leaders in our group, like the Black Panthers and all of this as well. Like, strong team, proper strong team. And that's when I understood what they stood up for, and for us to be in this position now. Even though we're still at the bottom of the food chain, let's be honest here, like, they still done something. They paved the way for us to be where we're at now, which is, we have a bit more of an opportunity. And that's why we know, as black people, yeah, the black man knows, or the black woman knows, that you gotta stand up, and these white people will never understand. White kids will never understand. Do you understand? And that's facts, that's period, because they don't know about anything else. Like, imagine these white racist policeman, yeah, or racist policeman in general, or a racist person, they have kids, yeah? What do you think they teach their kids? What do you think they tell their kids? Or what do their kids watch? And then these police officers are gonna retire. Do you understand? They're gonna retire. Some of them are gonna get fired, or blah blah, etc., etc. Yeah, these racist ones, even the ones that are behind the scenes. There's gonna be new ones that are gonna come up, and that's from this generation. That some of them are still going to be racist. This is facts. And that's because they don't know about the black system. They don't know about the slavery. They don't know about the struggle. Obviously, we can't make them feel it, but we can make them be aware of it. And that's the difference. And the only way we can make them be aware of it is through education, is through the school system. The schools need to be teaching more about black people. It can't just be Black History Month or all of this nonsense, yeah? We need to know more about this history about the slavery, about the struggle, about being, about slave traders and etc., etc. And this is important. And I think that this is the only way that we can see a little bit of a difference. You'll see less racist people, in my opinion. My personal opinion, you'll see less racist people. Do you understand? Because you have to think, like, when they grow up, they're just going to have the same mentality as their parents. And, like, what's going to change? We're going to do another protest in the next 10 years. We're going to do another march in the next 20 years. It's just going to go in a big circle. And what is going to change? We need to we need to make changes now. And if it's not through the school system, if they're not learning, then it's at home. You got to teach your kids. I've got a daughter myself, and when she grows up, I need to educate her that I need to tell her the truth that equality is nonsense. It's not going to happen, and she needs to understand that straight away, because that's going to set her up. And she's going to have a mindset of, I need to work twice as hard now. Because this world is unfair. So, that's all it is. And that's the only way I see a change, if I'm honest. Only way.